the newspapers of the world agreed. As ye shall sow, so shall ye reap, read this American cartoon. The Crown Prince, too, came in for his share of blame. Father, we must have a higher pile of bodies at Verdun, read the caption to this in the Daily Mail. But Crown Prince William no longer believed the city could be taken.
I was absolutely opposed to continuing the attack. I was now convinced, after the stubborn to-and-fro contest for every foot of ground, that a decisive success at Verdun could only be assured at the price of heavy sacrifices, out of all proportion to the desired gains. Yet I had to obey the orders of General Headquarters.
And as May drew to a close, a new attack was ordered. Sledgehammer blows to blast in the gateway to the fortress, once and for all. On June the 1st, a glorious summer day, the Germans attacked yet again. The two nations were now locked firmly in their mortal duel. All Germanism had gone into the meticulous preparation, the formidable armament, the skillful planning, the sheer courage of the attack. All French nature had gone into the lack of preparation, the casual assurance, the panics, and the brave resistance. To Lloyd George, the British Minister of Munitions, Verdun seemed
one of the most gigantic, tenacious, grim, futile, and bloody fights ever waged in the history of the war. On those heights, Gaul and Teuton fought out a racial feud which had existed for thousands of years. The concentrated fury of ages raged and tore, shattered and killed in one intensive struggle which has no parallel in the history of human savagery.
The battle was no longer an episode that spent itself in blood and fire. It was a thing that dug itself in remorselessly week after week. They breathed in the smell of a tormented world. A smell like that of a planet in the process of being reduced to ashes. Most of them had given up all hope of surviving.
I saw a man drinking from a scum-covered green marsh, where a dead man lay, his black face downward in the water, lying on his stomach, and swollen as if he'd not stopped filling himself with water for days.
Having despaired of living amid such horror, we begged God not to have us killed. The transition is too atrocious, but just to let us be dead. We had but one desire, the end.
French morale wavered. Pétain signaled to Joffre about the Anglo-French offensive on the Somme in August.
A tactical success by the English would not compensate for the loss of this city. Its capture would be an inestimable success for the Germans. Verdun must not fall.
Joffre issued an order of the day.
Soldiers of Verdun, upon your heroic resistance still depends our future victory. I make one more appeal to your courage, your ardor, your spirit of sacrifice, your love of country. Hold fast and strive with all your might to shatter the last desperate efforts of an enemy now at bay.
The turning point came on June the 23rd. On that day, the Germans penetrated to within 2.5 miles of Verdun itself. It was a moment of supreme crisis. Pétain warned General Headquarters that he might have to withdraw from the East Bank. General Nivelle issued a dramatic order of the day. It ended with words which were to ring round the world. "You will not let them pass." The Germans did not pass. They had shot their bolt. They had no more to spare. 3 precious divisions had been taken away from the Crown Prince to bolster up the Austrians against a furious Russian attack. And on June the 24th, the French troops heard the first rumble of the British bombardment away to the north on the Somme. Joffre's plans for a combined Allied offensive were coming to pass. "We will bleed France to death," Falkenhayn had said. 337,000 Germans fell at Verdun. The President of France had said, "If Verdun is saved, how shall we ever be able to forget at what a price?" The price was 362,000 Frenchmen killed, wounded, or missing. Small wonder that one Frenchman had written before he was killed, "They will not be able to make us do it again another day. That would be to misunderstand what it cost us. They will have to resort to those who have not lived out these days."
Among these motionless bodies, 2 things moving. One crawls crying towards the ditch, a man with his legs shattered, the sole survivor. And in the other direction, a small barrel of wine rolls slowly down the road, stopping against a dead body.